My top 15 favourite fictional characters of all time. Number 7. Now, I knew at some point I'd have to include a Pokemon rep. It's been one of my favourite franchises since infancy, since I was 5 years old. It's one of the biggest franchises on the planet. And even if everything else I liked when I was 11 has now turned aggressively bad in the last few years, Pokemon still occupies a very special place in my heart. I won't let that tarnish a great history of titles and stories. And Pokemon, surprisingly, has some great stories in it. That is, of course, if you discount the games, the TV show, most of the movies, because Pokemon is for kids. Now, I quite rightly said at the start of this, it's only one character per franchise, and picking my one Pokemon rep was not a tough one. The majority of characters in this world are either boring play avatars who don't speak, cute, lovable animal thing that can speak, but only its name, or plucky hero anime characters who you wish did not speak. Go get 'em, Pikachu! Cool designs and not much else. There's lots of big bland villains in the universe who could be interesting if only you tried.
I want to create a new reality.
Oh, yeah? Why? Cool motivation. Should probably explain why you want to do that. I want to flood the world. Cool. Hey, maybe don't do that. And my favourite, I will revert this impure world by using the power of the legendary beasts. Oh, so genocide then. Pokemon has always been Final Fantasy light. And it's fair to say the heart and the appeal of the franchise has always lied in the creatures themselves, and I did consider a few. Even into adulthood, I'm finding so much charm and whimsy in the Pikachu shorts. Whether they're dancing, building, or playing hide and seek, these are just so pure I demand you to seek them out. A handful of my favourite Pokemon can be seen here. Ah, Sam, that's too many favourites. You picked too many favourites. And for a brief moment, I did actually consider Pikachu. Whilst maybe he's not known for his heaps of development, his rich character arc, he's an icon of goodness. He always does the right thing. There are few designs which are that lovable and instantly appealing to any childhood mind. There's a reason why Pikachu is stuck out in the cultural consciousness. Pokemon will never go away. I put it on at my local work for the kids to watch, and they're like, yeah, Pikachu! And I'm like, yeah, fucking Pikachu! They get it! They get it! But no, number 7, I present you the greatest villain in anime, one Molly Hale. From Pokemon 3, The Spell of the Unknown. What another strange pick, but one that I can justify. I'm sorry. I just called a 5-year-old girl a villain. How's that fair? How's that just? 5 years old, the grief of this young, newly made orphan is tapped into by an unexplained Lovecraftian alphabet. An alphabet that grants powerful wish fulfillment to a young girl who doesn't understand what she's doing. Or maybe she does. She's 5. What a unique, glorious premise. Such a great likeable villain, one that the main cast know isn't evil, and have to break through to rather than defeat. You're a great trainer, Molly. With instincts like that, you could be a gym leader easily. Adorable! I love alternative ways of taking down threats. She's nothing grand, she's nothing deep, it's just a glorious little premise executed to the fullest. Top voice acting, top animation, and top soundtrack. Molly's story is mostly told through a great score. At points sounding like a demented fairy tale, and at other points sounds like this. When I first watched this film, I wasn't far off Molly's age myself, and it always struck me how this grief-stricken toddler with near omnipotence. What does she want to do? She just wants to play Pokemon. But also isolating herself. Hiding in a perfect dream world, how could you talk a kid down from that? Infant antagonists are such a unique dynamic, because their world already exclusively caters to them, so what does a child more profoundly want? And more pressingly, how could you ever brand one as a bad person? They're barely even people yet. And yeah, the movie never loses touch with the fact that Molly is an incredibly good kid. Every decision she makes is a confused, twisted act of love. I want my mama and papa back. I want everyone to stop fighting. Maybe the cursed chanting alphabet will be my friends. It's paramount that even for a young audience, she keeps that audience's sympathies. Because inside that crystal castle lies a real tragedy that's being abused. Wait, hang about, I've never actually thought about that. Wait, do we never find out what the Unknown's deal is? Are they malicious cursed artifacts? Are they parasites feeding off her energy? Or are they genuinely trying to grant her wishes? All these nuances and more, brought to you by a goddamn Pokemon movie. Oh god, but wait, no, that also means that Molly is so young, she doesn't even understand that this isn't her mother. Oh my god, that's tragic. She doesn't remember her mum. She's 5! This movie just takes and takes from me emotionally. Oh my god. Oh no, she has a faint memory of Ash's mum, and then takes her as a surrogate mother, and is none the wiser. That's never clicked to me before. I can't even call that a sympathetic villain. It's so unique. Pokemon 3 feels like a fable. It feels bigger than this franchise. Not only is it objectively the best Pokemon movie, it's one of my favourite animated movies, period. Honestly, I think you should be a little bit bummed you burned this premise on a Pokemon movie. Because what do we have here? We have a lone 5-year-old in a giant empty mansion, hiding away from the reality of her dad's disappearance with the same bedtime story as he left her. She's a through and through victim who serves as the antagonist, whilst also keeping the cast and audience's sympathies. That's rare, and incredibly impressive to balance. Magical child who wields insurmountable power is probably one of my favourite tropes. But Molly takes it because there is that level of nuance there. How does a 5-year-old process grief? Well, by living in denial and pushing everyone else away. It's really interesting to see Molly's distrust of people worn down throughout the movie. She's young and shut away with no life experience, so she wants what she already knows. But eventually is beaten by the heroes appealing to what she doesn't know yet. Things that she wants to explore, all these questions about the world and all this unlimited, untapped potential. The kind that only children have. That's how they save her. Combine that with a farewell scene and damn boy, you got the whole squad crying. And for that reason, Molly Hale, a Pokemon character, belongs here just as much as the rest of them. Oh yeah, favourite moment. The battles are great. It gives the cast a reason to be there, it gives Molly time to express herself. In such a sad movie, everyone is just having fun. It's the spirit of this entire franchise encapsulated right there. But I have to give it to the end credits. Not only because they make me cry every single time I watch them, but because you get the nicest possible ending I've maybe ever seen in fiction. What a deeply lovely movie. Next time, more